Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Lynn Wagner, founder and owner of Wagner Integrative Health. And so today I want to talk a little bit about belly fat and how to get rid of it. I want to start by saying that all belly fat isn't bad. I have a lot of patients who are older and they really want to get rid of their belly. And one thing I say to them is it's natural as you get older to get a little bit of fat in the belly section. And unless you surgically remove it, there might not be anything you can do with your diet or your exercise and all these things I'm going to talk about next that will get rid of it. And so there's a level of acceptance we need to have and a beauty in realizing that as a body ages, it's beautiful and a little belly fat isn't always bad. We don't need to try to look like we looked when we were 18. If you want to, that's fine, but that's not the point of this talk. But there are things you can do if you have excess belly fat. So we do know that excess belly fat is bad. So if you have excess belly fat, a big round stomach, or you know that you have a lot of big round belly bloating in the midsection, it means that you could have visceral adiposity, which means you have literally fat surrounding your organs, which is highly inflammatory and can cause lots of chronic disease. So we definitely don't want to do that. So how do you whittle away at it? There's lots of different levels that you can approach this with. So obviously diet is key. You want to eat a diet that is anti-inflammatory, whole foods, and free of things like excess sugars, processed foods, and highly refined grains. And we can talk about that more at length, but really it's following an anti-inflammatory diet similar to what we teach in Food for Fuel. So that is key. The second thing I tell patients is you really have to look at your fiber intake. And that kind of ties into gut health as well. So both of those I want to talk about. So fiber for women, I recommend at least 25 grams a day, and for men, 35 grams a day. And that can also help get rid of belly fat, only if you're doing that in the context of a healthy anti-inflammatory diet. So that trumps everything else. But fiber is key. And gut health is key. So a lot of bloating we experience can be dysbiosis of the gut, which means imbalance in our bacteria. Because if we have dysbiosis and we're eating and we're bloating and we kind of always feel that bloat, that's actually probably not even belly fat. That's just dysbiosis in the gut. And so having a healthy gut and doing the appropriate gut testing and gut treatments to help eradicate that is critical. So sometimes it's not about getting rid of the fat, it's just getting rid of the bloat that's in there. And that takes working with someone like me or my team to figure that out. And then other things to think about are weight training, sleep, and stress. So with weight training, I tell every single patient who walks through my door that I really, really, really recommend doing weight training at least twice a week, up to 3 times a week. The more muscle you have, the more metabolically active your body is, meaning the more calories you will burn and the less fat you will store. It's not complicated. So weight training is critical if you want to get rid of the excess fat in your body. It also helps you maintain a healthy weight. And then sleeping and stress. So those kind of tie together. So stress increases cortisol. Cortisol makes you want to eat bad stuff. Simple as that. So the less stress you have, the less you're going to crave the bad foods, the less fat you're going to accumulate. So if you're someone who's carrying a lot of fat in the midsection, you really have to check your stress. And the reason sleep ties into that as well is because lack of sleep also messes with your cortisol levels. And so they're kind of the same pathway. And again, lack of sleep we know makes you crave unhealthy foods. You kind of want that quick sugar pick-me-up so that you feel energetic the next day even though you're sleep deprived. And so they all tie in together. And so you guys see the concept that comes out all the time in my doc's thoughts. Like nothing is solitary. We're not silos. Everything is connected. And so even for something like belly fat, you have to look at things in totality and look at how everything's working together as a system. And then you can't just work on one part, you have to work on all the things. And you don't have to be perfect in all the things, but the better you are in all the things, the more positive result you're going to see in the outcome. Specifically with belly fat, the same holds true. So with that being said, let me know your comments. As always, I love talking to you guys, and thank you so much for being my audience. Talk to you soon.